Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am here at the 2024 Expona Audio Show, the largest audio show in the United States. Over 211 exhibitors, tons of rooms, great people, great food. It's got it all. Today I'm bringing you a very special interview with a brand that you have not seen much of on my channel, Esoteric. The only thing I've owned from Esoteric has been a lot of transports, the Grandioso K1. I've owned a lot of the NO5XD. I've owned a lot of the streamers that you guys have. And I've always said about Esoteric one thing. Number one, when it comes to the digital domain, when it comes to transports, when it comes to super audio CD players, anything that plays a disc, in my opinion, they remain unrivaled. Everyone else is just playing catch up. Again, I'm being very honest and open, not because I'm standing in front of a representative from the brand, but because I truly believe that when it comes to players, there's nothing that touches Esoteric, period, in my opinion, until something shows up someday at my door that can prove me otherwise. So I want to thank you for being here on my channel.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and my followers the opportunity to hear a little more about the amazing T1 turntable that we briefly talked about, and a set of amplifiers that I think it's only a matter of time before you see them on my channel. The M1Xs from Esoteric, 300 watts per channel into 8 ohms, and they double down to 600 watts into 4 ohms. But I want you to tell my audience what's so special about the M1Xs, what makes them a great amplifier.
Esoteric thinks that the great amplifier is actually the power supply, because the amplifier is a power amplifier. The amplifies the electric power, so the power supply, the size of the power supply is the most important. And also, in order to physically drive the heavy speakers, it is very important to keep the all signal very simple.
Okay.
So if you can look at our product brochure, there is an amplifier module picture on our website.
Yep.
And please see the number of the components is quite few. Only few components is used in one big amplifier. So we want to keep the signal as simple as possible, and at the same time we need to put the maximum material and the maximum scale into the power supply section. So this M1X amplifier has a very big transformer.
How big is the transformer?
Transformer is around 18 kilograms.
8. Wow. And you know, it's funny what he said just now to me. He said their main intent and the philosophy is to keep the signal as pristine as possible with the least amount of components. Yet, the amplifiers weigh 136 pounds. You see, I did my homework before I came here. 136 pounds each, which I love. The bigger, the better for me. I want them all in my lab. And so, I read a lot of reviews about the amplifiers, and I needed to hear it, which is what I just did. And I've detected a lot of this beautiful natural flow to the music, very engaging, very pretty sounding, no fatigue. They do not sound analytical to me. They do not feel like they're performing an x-ray exam on the music, rather just walking you through the airwaves of sound reproduction and putting in front of you a very, very special presentation. So the glow is there. Now, I don't know how that was accomplished, but I can tell you that they do have this beautiful sound to them. Don't be shocked if you see a pair of M1Xs on my channel. Do not be shocked. And so let's talk about the C1X. A little more about the two chassis preamplifier.
Oh, okay. The two chassis amplifier, preamplifier, and preamplifier. Our engineer thinks that most important part is also the power supply.
Power supply.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, this one C1X main unit, and this one is a power supply unit.
Okay.
And the size is the same, but actually the power supply unit is much heavier than the main unit. Because inside there are 4 transformers. Each transformer drives each amplifier component inside, So input amplifier, left channel, right channel, and output amplifier, left channel, right channel, and a control system. So big transformer, there are big four transformer inside, and plus a small one for the control. So each section is totally independent.
Independent, completely
Yes.
isolated. So it's like a mono design kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Monorail,
Mono. Okay.
and also input and output is totally powered with independent power supply to keep the signal clean and also very powerful sounding.
Yes.
And actually, the internally the circuit is a dual balance circuit.
Okay.
So there's a four amplifier per channel. So we put a maximum amount to the circuit design, but actually the signal path is very very short. So the same principle as
Right.
the MOX, they keep the circuit very simple and put the maximum amount to the power supply.
Something that he forgot to mention, which I'll make sure I highlight, is the beautiful construction, the beautiful look of the esoteric components. They are to my liking. Now, this is not, of course, the typical black chassis, although I have seen black chassis for some electronics.
Yes.
I have seen it, but you do not make any black M1Xs yet, or you do?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
We only make black models for the 05, our entry model only.
That, okay. I personally like the elegance, the look, and the feel. Like, this feels like it's built by real engineers. The weight, I'm not about to lift and break something and create some, blow a tweeter here or something, but it just feels, and by the way, they're not really hot, and I'm assuming they've been on for quite some time, right? They don't feel hot at all, which is impressive. And then last but not least, the T1 turntable. That to me is one of those components that I feel like the clock is ticking right now in my head, and it's only a matter of time before you see a T1 in my room. There's something about this turntable that just calls my name. First of all, I love the look. Again, it remains with the same look of other esoteric components. They did not deviate from the same feel and color, which I really find attractive. And of course, the thing is, esoteric has never been known for building turntables. When you guys think about esoteric, when a lot of audiophiles think about esoteric, we think about digital, right? And so to see you guys come out with a turntable that has created shockwaves across the audiophile industry, your first try is actually scary to me.
Yes.
Because this is just your beginning. I can imagine with more time what this will turn in over a period of time, what will come out of this. So tell us about what is so special with regards to the T1 turntable.
Okay, so we are Esoteric is about digital player, but in the core, our technology is coming from mechanical engineering. So we are second to none about turning something.
Yeah,
So rotating
players,
something.
Players, yes, the CD players, yes.
Yes,
you turn,
mechanical. Everything is mechanical.
Yeah.
And our engineer who invented our SLCD transport, VRDS Neo, nearly more than 15 years ago. Exactly the man, he himself, he came up with the idea to make a turntable. And he actually come up with an idea that he want to make a perfect turntable, analog turntable. So he actually come up with an idea, and he took a patent 5 years ago, 6 years ago now.
Okay.
No, 7 years ago. So 2018, and he applied a patent, and we have a patent.
For that, yes.
Yes, and that was the magnet drive system. So we tried to actually try the sound quality of the first sample of the magnet drive, and we compared to belt drive turntable by actually modifying the motor. We use the conventionally available belt drive turntable
Okay.
in our listening room,
Uh-huh.
and we set up a newly developed sample of the magnet drive motor, and we directly compare the difference.
Wow.
And first time we listened to the belt drive sound, it sounds very good because analog has its own magic.
Mm-hmm.
So the mid range is very good,
Mm-hmm.
and also the frequency range is not so wide, but it's got a very realistic sound.
Mm-hmm.
So we like the analog sound, but because we are digital player manufacturer, so two factors are not satisfactory. One is the dynamic range.
Dynamic, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
the belt drive turntable has a very limited dynamic range compared to digital. So it's around 60 to 70 dB dynamic range. So we are not happy because we know the digital world it's more than 100 dB level.
Yep.
So the dynamic range is not enough, and also the background noise is slightly noisy because the signal to noise ratio of the analog player you cannot compare with the digital system. So these 2 points, to overcome these 2 points, our engineer come up with the contact-free magnet drive system. And actually we listen to the sample of the magnet drive system. The same cartridge, same turntable, only by replacing the motor, we tried the first sample of the magnet drive.
Okay.
And sound was wow.
Well, that's what I just
Totally
listened
different, yes.
to. Yeah.
It's got the same analog magic. It's got very good mid-range and realistic sound, but in addition to this good analog sound, we can get a very good dynamic range and also low noise floor thanks to the magnet drive system. Because magnet drive system is contact-free, so the background noise is very low. Yes,
Makes sense.
it's an inky black background like a digital player, and also it's got a very strong torque, so
Mhm.
you got a very good dynamics, so you can get a very powerful attack.
I will say that listening to this system with PMC loudspeakers, which is a perfect segue to bring the person who wants to talk to us about PMC loudspeakers coming in. Gotta be in front of the camera. All right, well, Paul, thank you for being on my channel.
No problem at all.
Tell us about the loudspeaker that we're listening through with these esoteric components. What makes it special? What model is this?
So this is our top domestic product. This is the FAC Fenestria. Sits at the top of the FAC series. This is the first time also they've been shown in the US, so it's this has been a fantastic show. Fenestria is a very different product to anything else we build. You can probably tell that by the
Yes.
look as well. It's a little bizarre looking. But the whole idea behind Fenestria is stopping the individual components interfering with the others. So it's, how do we control resonance from the cabinet, from the tweeter housing, everything. So the nest, which is the centerpiece here, the aluminium cutout, the tweeter, sits in a fluid within the nest itself, so that then doesn't interact with its surroundings. It's not going to interact with the mid-range and cause any unnecessary noise or interference. If you look at the side of the speaker, you can see the wings. Now they're actually mass damping devices.
Okay.
They're not there to make them look pretty or anything.
Oh, okay.
So at the core of any PMC product is the ATL line, so the transmission line, and that's the same in a product we make for $2,000 up to $90,000. You've got two individual lines in this particular product, so the cabinets are separate. So when you get the speaker, you build those, they lock together in place, and they sit in a rubber grommet as well, so they're isolated from each cabinet.
Oh, wow.
So attention to detail on these things is incredible. And all the way down to the laminaire vent system that you see on the top and bottom of the cabinet. Yeah, these are the guys. This is about controlling the airflow in and out of the cabinet. So let's keep that airflow away from the drive unit again, so we're not getting any interference there. So low colorization, low distortion. We just want as much clarity as possible.
It's
So,
important.
yeah.
What's the
absolutely.
current MSRP for these?
$90,000 US.
90,000 USD, and they can order them from
Playback distribution.
right here. The man right here, Rob. Introduce yourself, Rob. Tell my audience who you are.
I'm Rob Stanley with Playback Distribution.
And you are, of course, representing Esoteric, PMC,
Yes.
all these great brands that you
Yeah.
see here.
Proud to represent PMC and Esoteric and bring you this fantastic ring. We have 8 great brands in our kit, but this is certainly the showstopper.
Where is your website? So
Playbackdistribution.com.
playbackdistribution.com. You can find out more about these incredible brands. Please pay him a visit. Thank you for being on my channel, guys. Thank you for the support. More coverage to come. Take care. Hit the like button and subscribe. Peace.